All right, traders and investors of all of these doggy coins, these dog based assets, guys, this video is for you as we're going to be finding out whether these assets are a good investment in the long term, or let's just say, guys, we'll be comparing between Shiba Inu coins and Doge coins, and we'll be figuring out our own facts and figures as to what can potentially take place in the future down the line, right? So, without any further ado, let's jump on to the first piece of data right here, guys. This is coming from CoinMarketCap itself, and your total supply for Dogecoin stands at 130 billion, somewhere down the line, 130 billion, right? And your market cap is standing at 67 billion, competing with one of the most important blockchains in this entire cryptocurrency universe, right? Guys, this is my personal opinion right here. I don't think that this blockchain does a lot of things. Let's just say it's not that functional as compared to the Shiba blockchain itself, but guys, I think it is being incentivized more and more by Elon Musk, which is creating a lot of liquidity flowing into these exchanges where people are just jumping in and buying Dogecoin. But is it a good investment standing here at these price points? I simply don't think so. We can go towards $1, $1.5, $2, but let's just say your ultimate upside has already taken place. Your multi-folding returns, your 100x returns have already happened in Dogecoin, guys. Well, to be honest with you, Shiba Inu blockchain also is up quite a bit. But guys, we're going to be taking a look at all of these things in the technical analysis itself, right? So the next piece of information is the website itself, and guys, this is pretty self-explanatory. There's absolutely nothing going on in this website, to be honest with you. Just wallet, what is Dogecoin, how to get started. Every single thing is in one single page right here. You don't have much innovation happening, guys. I think this is just similar to Bitcoin. Dogecoin is completely similar to Bitcoin. You mine, and your miners are rewarded with 10,000 Dogecoins per hour, which kind of creates a sell pressure as well, guys, as most of the miners are in the markets to just get incentivized for the hash rate that they're providing to the blockchain itself, right? And when they get paid, their work is done so that they can simply liquidate their Dogecoins into something like stables like USDT or USDC or BUSD as well, for that matter. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think there is much difference happening between the Bitcoin blockchain and the Dogecoin blockchain itself. Guys, this is pretty self-explanatory. You can go ahead, you can do your research here, and well, let's just say the native Dogecoin wallet is kind of difficult to use. Not exactly difficult to use, but guys, if you install this one in your Mac or your Linux or your Windows as well, this wallet will first synchronize with the blockchain. Now that takes a lot of time. It'll synchronize everything which has already happened in terms of transaction for from the coming days and the years, right? And then you can start transacting up on your wallet that you are using. I would suggest that you just go for a third party wallet which can just simply store your Dogecoin, and you would not have to go through all of this ruckus from their own native wallet, guys. This is my opinion right here, but if you are a hardcore Dogecoin holder and you do believe in them, certainly this one is the way to go. As you will have your entire Dogecoin blockchain synced in your computer itself. Alright, guys, so the next piece of data right here is quite important, and guys, this is the most important factor which I think is creating a lot of imbalance as far as the holding goes, guys. This is creating a lot of imbalance right now. Your 65% of the entire Dogecoin supply is just being held by 98 wallets, guys. This is a huge supply demand imbalance, to be honest with you, and the largest wallet is holding 28% of the supply right now. This creates a monopoly. This creates a little monotonous behavior happening, as one single wallet can create a lot of sell pressure, guys. If you see any transaction taking place from this particular wallet right here, that could create a potential sell pressure. As guys, I've seen this coming from bear market. So many crypto assets are being sent to exchanges, or most of the hodlers, they usually send their crypto assets to the exchanges to sell generally, right? Now this is what generally happens in this market, and when you see any activity coming from this particular wallet right here, which is holding 28% of the entire Dogecoin supply, that should ring some red bells. So we will honestly have to find out which particular wallet is holding 28% of the Dogecoin, and whatever activities are coming from that wallet is going to be telling you whether Dogecoin is going to have any amount of sell pressure or it's just going to stay like that. Guys, we can simply compare this to Bitcoin as well. There's a Satoshi wallet where 1 million Bitcoins are not moved ever since the inception of BTC. We could be dealing with something like that again in the Dogecoin blockchain itself, but I think Dogecoin came up as a meme, whereas Bitcoin came as a protocol to solve out double spending and a lot of other things, guys. So I don't really think that the holders and the people behind Dogecoin are that engrossed and that involved as to figuring out and sorting out the economical situations and the conditions, which Bitcoin blockchain quite does, guys. To be honest with you, both of the blockchains are doing the same thing, but the people involved in terms of holding Dogecoin and doing something with the blockchain are very different, guys, are very different, right? So you have to make your own decision whether you want to hold this one or not. I think the upside for Dogecoin will be limited. It will not be like Moonboy targets going to $100 per Dogecoin. I don't personally feel this is going to happen, guys. Simple mathematics, simple supply and demand mechanism. It's a very far-fetched opinion to even think about Dogecoin going to $100. That's crazy. That's crazy evaluation, right? All right, guys, let's jump onto the price action itself, and you can see how we are bouncing out of the 55 simple. I was talking about how this area could prove out to be an opportunity on Dogecoin itself as well. We did sell off quite a bit from 75 cents levels, and it looks to me like we are quite stabilizing out of these levels. But does that mean we're going to moon from this place? Does that mean this is going to be a V-shaped recovery and we're going to go to the upside all the way towards $2, $5? Could be, right? But as far as the price action history goes, guys, this one simply likes to accumulate, gets accumulated alongside some ranges, and it really breaks out of a particular range when your volatility is completely squeezed out. It's gone. When there is simply zero volatility happening in the price action itself, that is when the major expansion takes place in Dogecoin's price action itself. If history has to tell us anything, it is that, guys. Just check this one out right here. You had a huge volatility chop out where your volatility went to absolutely zero, and that is when you had your ultimate expanse to the upside. Similarly, right here, you had your expanse to the upside after the volatility went to shit, right? Back again right here and back again right here, guys. I think it's going to be something similar onto these price zones as well. We could accumulate right here for some amount of time, hovering between these price points, and then we can ultimately decide whether we want to break this range to the upside or to the downside. But as far as the price action goes right now, guys, these 12-hour candles are looking, let's say, strengthful, coming from the 55 simple moving average right here. And as far as you're maintaining the price action of the 21 simple right here, it's going to be completely fine. It's going to be completely fine, and we are most likely going to be in a range bound situation between this high right here, between the prior all-time high and this base that we just formulated, guys. If we can simply extend this one out here to these price levels, you can see the relevancy of these price points. Basically, the 40 cents level on Dogecoin is very important, very important. Once you start breaking below this price point right here, I don't think we're going to be stopping out all the way until the 200 simple on the 12-hour time frame itself. Now, the more we consolidate in this range, the faster this moving average will pick up to these price points, and it'll formulate a base with the price action itself, and you can create a lot of strength coming in the Dogecoin markets onto some levels when this moving average finally goes to the upside, right? So, guys, basically, more we accumulate right here, the more we chop out in this range right here, the good it is. But if we break down below this support right here, guys, I think it is not going to look really nice for Dogecoin holders and traders as well. All right, guys, I think the analysis is pretty much clear. Your upside targets are clear as well, guys. $1 level, 1.2, 1.6, and $2 ultimately down the line. But until we are below 75 cents, it is going to chop out. It's going to consolidate in this range pretty much. I don't think there's much to talk about this one. As the momentum oscillators are quite telling of the fact that we are going to get into a chop right here. You will break out of this range once your RSI starts trending over the 60, guys. I've been talking about this fact again and again. Check this one out. We were in a range bound situation for a very long time until we started to situate the price action above these moving averages with your RSI trending above the 60, right? And the TSI was to the upside as well. Pretty much a neat looking trade right here, guys. We are not dealing with such kind of situation onto these price points. I think we could be consolidating out of these range for some time until your RSI starts trending above 60. Until then, most likely it's going to be a chop out. Don't be FOMOing into Dogecoin right now. It's going to consolidate for a very long time, I guess, right? Okay, the next up we have Shibas in the market as well. Now this one has, I don't know how many quadrillion, gazillions amount of supply, guys. This is crazy amount of supply happening. I don't think a lot of crypto assets have this amount of supply, right? But now here comes the biggest difference between Shiba blockchain and Doge blockchain. Guys, these Shiba, they get burned with every transaction. every transaction happening on the Shiba blockchain is causing for a concern for the total supply, which is reducing. So the long term is nice. The long term for Shiba Inu blockchain is nice, as your supply will get reduced constantly, guys, and you have gigantic amount of Shiba tokens being burnt out for any transaction, right? And guys, guess what? There is a DeFi space in Shiba as well. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So you can see a basic difference going on between Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, right? Dogecoin is a simple hodling mechanism where your proof of work blockchains are working, and you get your mining rewards, and people sell those mine coins and rewards onto the market itself, which creates a pretty much old form of blockchain mentality mindset, and proof of work mechanism as a whole runs, right? Whereas Shiba Inu blockchain has pre-mined tokens right here, and they get burned, guys. They get burned. This is a deflationary asset right here for you guys, and you have a DeFi ecosystem probably coming up pretty soon. Well, it's there. It's there. They are gonna make the Shiba Bone. I guess Bone is where the DeFi ecosystem works out for Shiba. But interesting things happening in Shiba blockchain, whereas there is nothing interesting happening for Dogecoin. This is what I can see. This is this is the information which I can mine. And guys, I can be wrong if you think there are some interesting things which I did not talk about on Dogecoin itself. You can leave them down in the comments below so that we can have some discussion going on for Dogecoin itself, right? But the tokenomics for Shiba Inu in terms of the supply is concerning as of now. In the small time frames, guys, probably this year as well, the supply is gigantic for Shiba. It's just a lot of supply, right? Whereas your market capital is standing at 7 billion. Not a lot of amount of money put into Shiba as compared to Dogecoin, but yeah, you're certainly above your billion threshold, right? Which, well, to be honest with you, does not really restricts your upside, but it is already into billions, right? Which means that you could be looking at some up moves, but they're not going to be your 100x or 1000x up moves, right? So cut your expectations is what I'm trying to tell you guys right here. And guys, well, the current circulating supply is standing somewhere below this quadrillion gazillion amount of Shiba tokens right here, which can constantly get reduced in the future, right? Okay, now let's jump onto their website itself, guys. This is a huge ecosystem. You have Shiba Swap as well, where you can swap your leash, bone, and SHIB tokens, and liquidity is logged in Uniswap as well, guys. And well, I guess the 50% of SHIB supply was sent to Vitalik Buterin from Ethereum Foundation itself, and I think it's most likely going to be a logged supply. Most likely, it is going to be a logged supply. It was just sent as I don't know, a legacy or something like that. It was just simply sent to Vitalik Buterin, guys. And this one is trading on Uniswap, and you can swap, you can burn. Lot of things going on in Shiba, guys. Lot of things, right? There's the entire DeFi mechanism: dig, bury, fetch, treat, portfolio NFTs. There's just a lot of things happening. You can do your research right here, and you can find your way across this entire ecosystem as well, guys. So in terms of talking about how this entire ecosystem is laid out for Shiba token, you are way beyond Dogecoin. You are way beyond Dogecoin. As far as the blockchain functions, you're way beyond Dogecoin, right? Okay, guys, so the price action itself right here suggests that we are in a crazy amount of down. This is not a good looking piece of price action, to be honest with you. Whenever I see these kind of price actions, I am a little skeptical about the asset itself. But does that mean these things are going to be death sentence? No. Most likely the price action will come back down these levels if we violate the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame itself. Most likely you will get picked up onto these levels, guys. Now this is some number which I can't pronounce right here, but this is your price action structure that you're looking at right here, because your last bullish engulf wave emerged from this consolidation right here in the small time frames, right? This is why we're not going to be looking at any volatility indicators happening on the 12-hour time frame, guys. We can certainly judge the asset volatility on the hourly time frame itself, right? This is the only time frame in which your historical volatility is being represented in this indicator itself. Although the 12-hour, guys, this asset is quite new into the market, which is why your volatility calculations are just not there at all, right? Guys, what are we looking at in the price action? You have a crazy decline in volatility. You are consolidating, right? You are consolidating. You are not breaking the structure. You are not breaking the bullish structure. This might be an overextension to the price action, which is why we are correcting right now, which means that we could come back onto these levels and we can decide for ourselves whether the price action is looking strengthful right here. If we break below the support on a 4-hour closing and an opening basis, I think we are going to be coming back down all the way to these levels, and we'll be testing the range lows. Unfortunately, guys, unfortunately, that that could happen down the line, right? Now on the hourly time frame, you're looking at potential bearish cross with volatility going to the downside. Does not mean it's death sentence, it's just simple consolidation, guys. Now had you been breaking down with the bearish cross with your volatility expanding like this, that would have confirmed that this was your top. But as far as the volatility is continuously declining out of these levels, it will come back down. And guys, then we can talk about the price action hovering on these levels, and we can decide for ourselves whether the price action is strengthful or not. Although in the small time frames, this looks quite distributive to me, whereas you can start taking risk into this asset on these levels. Once you start violating these levels, wait for the price to come here, and this is where your ultimate decision is going to happen, guys. To be honest with you, this is where your ultimate decision will take place. If you break below this one, I don't think anything is going to save Shiba token for the midterm, guys. For the midterm. Now, the long term could be efficient. The long term could be beneficial for the hodlers and the investors in Shiba tokens. Okay, for full disclosure, I do not hold any doggy tokens, guys. I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. It's just a trend for my sake, for my mind's sake. As far as the information that I can encapsulate, I think it's a trend. These doggy coins are just trends. I do not hold any Dogecoin. I do not hold any Shiba coin for that matter, right? But the ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem on Shiba token is something which has really gotten me interested. Now that could pick up. Fundamentally, yes, there is a huge tick mark happening on the Shiba blockchain, whereas you have a huge red cross on the Doge blockchain, guys. Alright, now this is my own opinion. You can formulate your own opinions according to the market data. And if I'm missing out on something, you can certainly leave your thoughts and opinion down in the comments below so that we can probably have a discussion across the asset, across all the doggy assets, right? Okay, so the price action is pretty much clear right here. Once you start trending to the upside and you take this high out on these levels right here, then we can talk about testing this distribution top right here, guys. This is a pretty neat looking distributive top with a complex right shoulder breaking down, hitting those targets all the way towards this liquid zone right here. This is why we could kind of consolidate and chop around this price point right here for a very long time. Basically, from the charts and the price action, I don't think there's going to be any FOMO in the coming days for Shiba token itself, right? Until you go above this price point right here and you start trending like crazy on the RA time frames, I don't see any FOMO taking place on the Shiba blockchain itself. All right, do we have any other information? Yeah, we do have something going on right here, guys. Okay, Shiba has more complex tokenomics than Dogecoin. It's pretty obvious, right? Now, Shiba Inu's platform will allow investors to earn bone through staking their tokens, essentially letting those who stake Shiba Inu earn interest on their investment, right? Now, you can simply talk about how you can lend your Dogecoin in any platform for that matter. You can lend your Dogecoin on Bitfinex, on FTX, on Binance as well, Binance Savings as well, where you can passively earn some amount of Dogecoin out of your initial investment itself, and that is being facilitated by the exchange itself, right? Now this is not a blockchain incentivization, guys. Dogecoin's blockchain is not incentivizing the users at all, whereas your Shiba Inu blockchain is incentivizing the hodlers itself. Now let's conclude right here, guys. I think in the long haul, and just to talk about the fundamentals of both of the blockchains, Shiba Inu has a brighter future, guys, as far as the fundamental goes, and as far as the data that I can see, the relevancy of the things which I can see right here in front of my eyes. I think Shiba has a better standard. Shiba has a better case for its entire blockchain, whereas Dogecoin is a laggard. It's just a hodl. You can't pretty much do a lot of things with your Dogecoin. It's a hype which was created by you know who. Alright, guys, I'm gonna be wrapping this video right here, and I will catch you guys pretty soon on the next video. Bye for now.